Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of Cities Skylines. I'm excited to continue playing and this time hopefully making a little bit of money as our city does indeed grow. Our big problem here is cash. We can't get power over here yet, and the reason for that is we have no money to build any power lines. How we can fix that? That's a good question. There's a lot of things we could do. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can really do about it right now. We can only hope that the loan tab opens up soon enough, and I don't know when that opens. I think it's around 450 citizens, so we need some people to be moving in ASAP. Luckily, we do have electricity and power all over here, and there should be people moving in here over time. With luck, we're actually going to go ahead and drop a bunch more commercial down the strip right here, and hopefully people will be moving into that in due time, and we can make a little bit more cash that way. It's going to be important. So yes, I know we have disconnected power grids. We just don't have the money for it right now, and we're actually in the negatives, which is interesting. I think I've only been in the negatives once before. I may have gotten a little overly ambitious with this building. Building this maybe a little too far away. And that makes me sad. I got a little too excited. It happens to the best of us, though. But people are still moving in, and because people are still moving in, we still have the option to make some cash. You can take a look here. You can take a look. This is kind of one of my complaints about the game so far, is that there's very little building variety. You can see a lot of repeat buildings. The game does have a problem with building variety, but hopefully modders will kind of jump on that on day one and kind of fix that and give a lot of more unique buildings that I can download and make my city look a lot prettier than it already is. That's like, it's such a minor complaint, but you know, when you're looking at a city for many hours, you want a unique perspective. So hey, we're making money. That's always good. We hopefully will pull ourselves out of the negatives sooner rather than later. They want more commercial. That's exciting for me. I want to give them more commercial, honestly. More commercial space is gonna be better, which I'm happy to give it to them. And it'll make me a little bit more money. And these guys are all kind of doing their job. They're working at the ice. They're importing ore to the ice cube factory, which is funny because there's no power at the ice cube factory, and I would only assume that all the ice at the ice cube factory is going to end up melting sooner rather than later. All right, we're making some cash now. Good, good, good. People are moving in and being happy. I like it. I like it a lot. Daily news: local traders and business owners request more local manufacturing industry. Noted. Noted. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, these are all abandoned now. I shouldn't have done that, but it's all right. Let's actually de-zone these areas for now. I don't want anything being built over there until I have power. It sucks, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about it. Now, I think when the loan tab opens, we're going to actually take a loan early on. It may not be the best option, but I think it's going to be worth it. I want to do it. It'll allow us to progress a lot faster than we are right now. And that's important. We need to kind of plop down some power, and we could get some a gridded up a proper industrial area over here. Once we hit 450 citizens, I believe is the number 2, we're gonna have a bunch of special buildings unlock, and we'll cover the special buildings when that does happen. We've already covered pretty much everything over here right now, and there's not much to kind of discuss when it comes to that. We're moving at ×3 speed. We're growing a little slowly. It's mainly because we don't have any industrial. And I would like to get industrial up and running, but yes, I know. You want industrial. I got you. You know what? Let's actually go ahead and... We still don't have a lot of money. We need more money. Guys, I would love to build you some industrial, but I need cash first. So if 10 more people can move into the city, I'd be a very happy camper. Let's get that going. Let's get some more people moving in. We've got a lot of residential area for people to move into, so let's get them in and out of the city, and we can play with things as that goes on. We really just need power, though. Let's be honest. All right, we got power here. Now we just need to bring it up this way, and we can kind of connect it. And that'll be good. Might even be able to connect power from here to here, now that I think about it. Was it not 450? I lied. It wasn't 450. What was it, then? Can't remember. I will just keep bringing this up and spending the money as it goes, because once we have industrial up and running, we can make a little bit more money that way. So bear with me. We're going to get there. I promise. You guys will have your industrial zone in no time. The reason it's important, too, is because we don't have a lot of educated people living here. So industrial jobs is good. It'll make give everybody a job and make things just a little easier. Aha! It was 460 population. Strange. So, like I said, as you grow and the more people that move in, the more things that get unlocked. So we unlocked the taxes and loans tab, which is great. Garbage, new services, garbage, healthcare, and education. And a landfill, medical center, and elementary school, the 3 things that unlocked with these 3. Also other things. There we go. So what does that mean? Well, now, we got $20,000. We don't want to take anything other. That's a nice bonus for going to that size. So we're not going to take any of that right now. Let's actually get the industrial up, and then we'll take a look at some of the special services. Let's get to here. And then we can kind of go down a bit. We can, like I said, I'm going to grid it out a little bit now. And I'm going to keep the roads big over here. And the reason for that is, since it is industrial, bigger vehicles come down here. It can cause a little bit more of a problem when it comes to traffic. So I want to make sure they have as much space over here as possible. Maybe I just want to do it like this. And then this. So yeah, we'll do it like this. And there's a little bit of a space in between, but that's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and plop this over here, here, and here. For now, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. They should have their water, right? We'll put the water over. There we go. And then we can kind of run this through the middle. Though that might not even be necessary. To be honest, we'll see. It might not be necessary, but good. We've got lots of good stuff happening over here. Why don't they have power? Oh Jesus, they're barely. I'm gonna do it like that. There we go. And they should all get power that way. Look, their aura was really small. Little area of effect square is not that great. But that's fine. Good, we have industrial. Let's go ahead and plop down a bunch of industrial squares here. Great, great. And they can kind of start moving in and taking care of that thing. Okay, so these little things are popping up and saying, look, we have so much fucking garbage. Can you please take care of that for us? So we're going to go ahead and put a landfill down. This will be one of our first special services that we put down. When you put it against the street, you can actually see the areas it's going to end up covering with the green roads. The brighter the green, the better. What we're going to end up doing is putting it... I don't want to keep it too close to the city, but close enough. The purple ring is the actual pollution that it's going to cause in the immediate area. As long as it doesn't touch our city, that's fine. Let's actually just go ahead and put it down this way. And people should be very happy about that. And now what we'll have is you'll see garbage trucks start driving into the city. We got 3 or 4 garbage trucks popping in. And since everything is simulated, these guys are going to drive into the city, and we can follow them along. Hey, guys, how's it going? Where you going? And they're going to start picking up the garbage one house at a time. And as you'll see, boom, boom, and stopping quickly at each house and taking care of the garbage. It's pretty freaking cool. I like that a lot. I don't know why. I do, though. And I don't know what's going on here. Citizens are sick. So we're starting to get sick citizens now, which is also a big problem. We need to build a medical clinic, which is going to cost us 10 grand. We'll take care of that here in a little bit. The reason they're sick is probably because they had a lot of garbage going on in their town. We will plop a medical clinic somewhere in the center, I think, once we have the money. We should get the money soon enough. I don't know if I want to... I could take out a loan and just plop it down now. Let's think. Let's take a look at the health tab, actually, and see what's going on. Right now, 17 citizens are sick. Average health is actually about around 50%. That's not good. Is it good enough to wait, is the question. And that's an important question I have to ask myself. Do I want to put myself in debt early for my citizens, or do I want to wait it out? Citizens are getting sick pretty quickly. And I need, what, 10 grand? All right, let's just go into the loan tab and take the one loan we have available to. $20,000, 52 weeks to pay it back with 5% interest, which is actually pretty good. It's going to cost about $400 a week, and in total we'll be paying $21,000 back. So let's just take it, and let's get some medical centers up, and we'll go ahead and put it right here where there's nobody living there yet. And lots of happiness is going to happen, and people are going to get taken care of. At the same time, we might as well put down a school somewhere in the center as well. The school reach is not nearly as far as the medical reach. What we could do is put it like right in the center here. We'll demolish some buildings in the process, but it's going to be important to get it up. So we'll get both special buildings up and running. And now you can take a look over here. If we go into the budget, we can actually go ahead and crank up the health and the garbage budget if we so choose, because these are now available. Now, the last thing I want to talk about that's kind of immediately useful as our city ticks is the happiness meter. We're obviously kind of bouncing between negative and positive, but this is important to pay attention to because this can mean a lot. And what I mean by that is, ooh, do we have somebody dead? No, they're just sick. The reason this is important is because this is basically my taxometer. If this number is positive, it's important to check who's the happiest. So right now, commercial and industrial is super happy. Resident could be happier. And then take this information, pop open our taxes tab, and say, you know what? Commercial is incredibly happy. So happy that, in fact, we could probably tax them just a little bit more, in industrial too, and they would still be pretty happy, and we'd still be in the positives while making a little bit more money. So you're going to see maybe this dips a little bit, or the happiness of those two zones drop a tad bit. And look at industrial still kind of going up and down. And to the point where you could be like, you know what? Maybe we could just crank this up to like 12% and see how that goes. And then take a look in here and see how much money we can pull out of them. And as long as this is positive, you can start taxing them a lot more money and you can make a lot more money in the process. And that's, my friends, how that works. I love that so much. So we have blackouts happening, by the way, which is something I got thank you to. I think she said something. But I noticed it over here as well. And the reason we have blackouts is because we don't have enough power. We're not producing enough power any longer to kind of sustain the amount of people we have living here in town. So to fix that, we are going to have to drop down another windmill because we can't afford right now to have a coal plant. To be honest with you, I might not want a coal plant. They're not that great. Let's keep it near this one so we can go ahead and that should be enough. Kind of keep it nice and tightly knit. And from now on, we might want to keep a very intent eye on our power situation and drop a coal power plant soon. Because again, if we keep pushing growth and we keep growing, more power is going to get consumed. If we get more power that consumes, we're going to have to spend more money on electricity. And remember, we've already taken a loan out so far. We might not want to take out any more loans for a little while. So let's keep that in mind. Citizens are pretty freaking happy. We did drop from the 80 percentile. Wait, did commercial even move? I mean, it might be worth cranking up this to like 15% and maybe this to up to like 15% as well. Make a little bit more money off of them. Happiness is probably going to drop pretty hard. Commercial is dipping around, but they're still pretty happy. But our happiness has dropped pretty severely. So as long as it's in the positive, we'll be fine. All right, you're annoying. The chirp does get annoying every so often. It does. I know you desperately, desperately want more places to live, but you have to wait. I need more power first because our power consumption is pretty poor. We'll go with one more. And now I feel comfortable zoning out a few more areas for people to live. So let's just go ahead and start zoning some places out. We'll end up demolishing some buildings along the way. But for now, I want them to have a lot more happening here. And what I probably am going to end up doing is building a road from this little area here. I don't know. I might connect these roads here. Oh, hey, we're at 950 citizens. Wow, okay. So, 950 citizens. We've got ourselves a new 2x2 area piece of land for us to view because we're going to be growing the map, obviously. We now have unlocked district policies, a second loan, industry specialization, and services policies. We're going to cover all this as soon as we're done looking at what we've got. Fire department, police department, unique buildings, and some new specializations, new policies, and a police station and a firehouse, which we're going to want to get up right away. Because as soon as you start unlocking... okay, we should probably start dropping the taxes here. They're getting really mad. Let's take a look. Taxes are too high. So we'll drop the taxes a few percent there. So they're getting mad, unfortunately. But happiness is still good. So, it tends to happen whenever you unlock fire and police. Fire just immediately starts happening in the game. So we will just plop down some a fire station right away. Unfortunately, it's not going to be big enough to cover both if we put it over there. So we'll end up putting it over here, I think. Maybe in the center again. Put a fire station here. and a police station right next to it. Okay. And then that's going to be all of our cash, so we have to let it go, which I didn't realize. All right, people are not mad about the taxation anymore. Yeah, we spent a lot of money there to get some fire and police stations up, but that's important because fires just start happening now that we have that. Which also unlocks, by the way, crime, what the crime's looking like, and fire hazards and so on. We have no fire coverage over here. We're going to want to take care of that soon. But let's talk about districts and all the stuff that we just unlocked. So you'll see this button over here that I hovered over last episode is now available to us. If we click on it, we're going to have the option to start swathing districts, basically creating neighborhoods and so on and so forth. So if we want to create a district, we can. And the way we do it is you know, paintbrush tool. We can kind of just create a huge district. Let's go ahead and create, let's go ahead and use the medium one. Should be good enough. You know what, we can just do this whole area. So this will be a gigantic district. And you can rename districts after you create them, by the way. This is a district. Washington Square, the district. What is a district, Mathis? Why is that important? Well, because in this game, districts can have very unique laws that are only applying to them and no other districts. You can have multiple districts in your cities and have different laws applied to them. So, for instance, let's bring up our policies tab, which is what I'm talking about. The policies tab right here will have the services and laws that we have available to put onto these districts. So if we want to make sure that every building in this particular district has a smoke detector, we can go ahead and click on this district and then click smoke detector. What does that mean for us? Well, it means all the buildings in this area are going to have a significantly reduced chance of having a fire, but the upkeep of those buildings is going to go up 5 cents, or $5 rather, it's 5 city bucks per building, which can really get out of hand and drain you pretty quickly afterward. You also have right now water usage, so reduce their water usage but up their upkeep, and power usage, which, you know, moderately reduces their electricity consumage, and upkeep of the buildings go up. And later on, we're going to get a bunch of other policies the bigger we get, and we'll eventually be able to put in different taxes for different districts of our city as well, and city planning, which we'll talk about when that ends up happening. So you can see, once you get a really large kind of metropolis rolling, a really big city going, you can really fine-tune where you're making your money, where people are living, what kind of different areas you want to have different laws, and there's a lot of nitty-gritty you can play around with there. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. I think it's one of the best features the game has thus far. Okay, so we're a little bit broke. We don't have too much money. Oh, the industrial people are pissed off about taxes too. All right, I'll drop your taxes a little bit. I'm sorry, I wanted to crank it up. Let's go ahead and drop it to 12%. That should be fine. You know what? We can actually drop this down as well. Bring a little bit of money back here. We can always draw the power in later if we want it. Alright, so they have a pretty high demand for some more residential, and I'm going to actually end up expanding here shortly. I just need a little bit more money before we worry about that. Because otherwise, we don't really have the money to be kind of expanding like that right now. Alright, threat of tsunamis, shutdown of nuclear plants worldwide. Well, we don't have any worry about that. One of my favorite things to do in this game is to just kind of get down on street level and explore the city. I don't know why. The music is so zen. This game is really zen. You can really kind of zone out and just meditate and play this game and kind of just turn off your brain a little bit and just kind of fall into the state of checking out the city and playing around with it. And that's one of my favorite parts about City Builders. It really is. It was one of my favorite parts about the late game of Banished. It's just so fun to just check everything out at a ground floor. Again, it looks like I'm playing in a toy box, and I love that. I love that feeling. This car is just pulling on out. Let's see where this car's going. Where are you going, buddy? All right, going to the general store. He's Edward Chapman, resides at the Myrtle residence, works at Frank's Fish Stick Factory, and he's off to the general store. Remember, he's got to go pick up at the general store. Let's go ahead and follow him. He's got to wait for a green light, apparently. People just running around across the street all willy freaking nilly. There they go. I love it. I love it, man. I love it a lot. It just feels good. The game just, it has a sense of feel-goodness to it, and I love it for that. Okay. Let's start expanding a little bit. We're going to go ahead and go freeform roads here, I think. I want to just kind of connect. No? All right. Let's, I kind of want to just go, like, I want to connect here. Like that. All right, that works. That's kind of sloppy looking, but it works. Because then I can grab from here. Actually, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this out a bit. I don't want to go too far. And then I'm going to go ahead and start dropping our rotary when we have the money to do it. Once we have a rotary up and running, that is sloppy, but that's fine. We're going to drop a rotary, and then we're going to we can start sprawling out in different directions and making our city a little bit more unique looking, a little bit more fun looking. I like to try and make cities as pretty as possible, even though I'm not the most creative man in the world. I tend to try and pretend I am. You can't blame me. So we still need some more residential areas, so these people can go ahead and live there. Does we have water down here? Let's go and drag some water so people have it. Might as well keep an eye on it. Ooh, these buildings are interesting. I don't think... Well, I'm sure I've had them in my cities before, but I don't think I've ever seen them up close like that. I don't know, they stick out for some reason. So as your city gets bigger and gets more prosperous and you start raising land value, but by doing that you drop parks and decorations around, buildings will start bringing, automatically upgrading to bigger versions of themselves, to house more people, to sell more products, to do more industry. You're going to start hearing that very shortly, I promise. You're going to start hearing the dinging of upgrades. And actually, you're already hearing it. The ding-dings, that's people upgrading their buildings automatically. Are people unhappy? Why are they unhappy? Curious. Everybody seems pretty happy. So I wonder what the happiness problem actually is. Is it just because... Well, no, happiness is back up to a positive. Okay, interesting. Not quite sure what was causing it then. Maybe because... Oh, you know what caused it? I did some demolishing of buildings when I built those roads. And that caused some people to get a little bit upset. And that does happen. If you demolish stuff, people tend to get a little bit mad with you. Makes sense, though. All right, let's paint this area here green. Green. I don't necessarily want to touch this area yet because we're probably going to end up building over here sooner rather than later. So let's get some houses moving in here. And you know, we could probably go out a little bit further. Get some more zones going that way. Can we build our rotary yet? Yes, we can. So you can actually change the way the rotary is facing by doing like a diagonal rotary if you so choose, by right-clicking. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to click this. And you're going to notice this is going to be another one of those things where I'm not entirely happy with why this happens. It's automatically a very small roads that kind of click into this, and this can cause a lot of traffic jams early when going from a 4-laner to a 2-laner like this. So you're going to have to you can't click upgrade. You actually... Oh, wait. No, never mind. You have to automatically upgrade. I wish there was an automatic upgrade for these things. I really do. Since this is a one-way, I can go ahead and just upgrade this. And it's going to be kind of a fat rotary. But honestly, it's a roundabout, depending on where you're from. Honestly, it's going to pay off in the long run to have it look like that. This is going to cause a lot less traffic later on down the line. And we want to make sure that that's, you know, something we're focused on is traffic. So we can start going ahead and we don't have to upgrade. We can start dragging this down a bit. We can actually do it like this and this. Ooh, that might be a little bit too ugly for my tastes. Let's drag this down straight first. Not enough money, but I think it's gonna be our better option there. It's gonna look a little bit better and a bit straighter. That's what I want. I want a straight road, man. I have to have it look somewhat, you know, respectable. And then we can start building out houses this way, which is even better. So there we go. Awesome. And now we have our first set of kind of expansion going for us. So let's wrap this episode up here. I hope you guys are enjoying it still. I'm very curious what you guys are thinking. This is all episode 1, 2, and 3 are at least going to go live today. We might even have more than that, depending. I'm not sure. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Drop a like. Your support means the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.